This next West Coast play I'm about to show is one I like to run against both man and zone coverage, and you'll find this one out of the far pro formation, and it's called halfback seam. And as you look at it, you can see that the halfback, he lines up on the left here, and he's running that seam route. Now, keep in mind with these type of formations, such as the far and the near formation, you can always use the dual package as well, and then I'll go ahead and give you another halfback out here. In this case, it would replace this guy right here, which is the fullback. So keep that in mind. But I just wanted to point that out to you. Now, as you look at it, the reason I say this one can be ran against both man and zone coverage is because of the route that's ran by that fullback. If it's zone coverage, then which a lot of times you can go ahead and look to throw to is this guy coming out of the backfield. When he comes out in this area here and he comes across, a lot of times he may wind up being open where you can eventually throw that ball to him. Now, if it's man coverage, then generally the receiver I look to throw to is this guy right here, which is the halfback, or the other guy I might look to throw to is this tight end who's running this quick out route. So those are really the two guys I look to throw to if it's man coverage. If it's zone coverage, then I generally look to throw to as the fullback comes out of the backfield on his route. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the hot routes that I like to make. And the first one, what I'm going to do here is you look over here towards the left, is I'm going to hot route this guy on a streak route, which is going to be the split in. And then over here, I'm also going to hot route this guy, which is the flanker on a streak as well. So as you look at it, if zone coverage was called, in particular cover 2, I'd have another option to throw to as well, which is going to be the halfback down the seam, down that left seam. He could be open as he comes down in this area here against cover 2 coverage. He could wind up being open in this area here where I can make that throw. Now, against man coverage, let's go ahead and take a look at the man coverage that we're about to show here. You can kind of see that as you look at it, you can see that there's 2 man under, right? But one of the things I wanted to point out here is this, is that you're actually going to get kind of a switch here with this particular formation that I'm showing. This is a 4-3 stack, and you're actually going to get a switch between those 2 linebackers, which is going to wind up being the middle linebacker who's lined up right here, and then this guy right here, which is the left outside linebacker. They actually switch. So the middle linebacker actually covers the tight end as you look at it. So he winds up going in this area here, and he covers this guy right here, and then the left outside linebacker actually covers the fullback. So I want you guys to understand that there's actually might be a switch there depending on the formation as well. Now, in this case, what I really got that we're going to concentrate on, since this is against man coverage, is the right outside linebacker. He's going to wind up covering the linebacker, covering the halfback out of the backfield on his basically seam route that he's going to run. So what we're going to do here is kind of just walk you through it and kind of take a look at the way we're going to run this. So as he comes out of the backfield, let's actually go back to this one right here, the screen right here, because I want to show this, is that we're actually going to send this flanker in motion towards the left, just like we did with the near formation, plus the other 2 plays that we're showing where we send the the flanker in motion towards the left and snap the ball. So we're going to do the same thing. Now what's going to wind up happening is he's going to run this route here, which is the halfback. He's going to go ahead and run that seam route. And so what he's going to wind up doing, he's going to wind up coming out of the backfield in this area here, and he's going to break up the field. In this case, the right outside linebacker is going to cover him. He's going to go in this area here, and he's going to try to cover him. But a lot of times what you're going to wind up doing is getting that inside, where the halfback gets that inside position. So what you can do is with the quarterback is you can go ahead and drop the ball back or drop him back, and then you can go ahead and make this throw. And when you throw it, you want to try to throw it to the inside by throwing it maybe at the 2 to 3 o'clock position so he can make that catch as far as the halfback. And that's what you're going to see in this video breakdown. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual play, and you can kind of see this one being ran. And just to watch the halfback as he comes out of the backfield, you see how he gets open and we make that throw to the inside. That's kind of all you really want to do with this particular play. Just go again, let's go ahead and look at it. He winds up going up the field, breaks to the inside a little bit, and then we make that throw by throwing it hard right. And a lot of times that's what we're going to wind up getting with that one. So if he's not open, the other option would be, and as I said before, would be this guy over here would be the tight end against man coverage on the out route. He could be open. You might look at the fullback as well, but those would basically go here, then here, then here, as far as the reads would be made for me, especially against 2 man under type coverage. So again, this one is called Far Pro Halfback Seam.